You failed me. No, It's dark, suffocating. The flesh presses in from all sides, hot and wet. You struggle, gasping for air, but it's thick, too thick. You're going to die here. But then, in one last desperate attempt, you bite down hard. The world gives way. You break free. Blinding light floods your vision. You drift, weightless, the relief of open space washing over you, until you slam into something. Warm, rough flesh. You blink, trying to focus. Slowly, the shape comes into view. A massive, floating sphere. Eyes, so many eyes, stare down at you, unblinking, dissecting every inch of your body. The biggest one locks onto yours, its pupil narrowing. Blood drips from jagged teeth. You shrink back, but there's nowhere to go. One of the smaller eyes glows, magic crackling. You freeze. Is this it? The beam fires. It sears past, striking another newborn across the room. The massive eyes turn back to you. A pause. Then the mouth opens. A deep, guttural growl rumbles through the air. You don't need to understand the words. You are not welcome here. You float in silence, cast out, alone. Hunger gnaws at you, but you push forward, deeper into the tunnels. The dark is familiar, safe, but the silence isn't. You come upon a cavern filled with violet fungi. At the edge, a band of adventurers lies motionless, their bodies nearly consumed by the toxins. At least, that's what your rational mind sees. You have two independent minds, and they constantly clash with each other. Your intuitive mind whispers, "It's a trap." They're pretending, waiting to ambush you. You approach the first body, cold, lifeless. Your eye rays flicker, instinctively searching. Safe. It's safe. But your other mind, what if they're waiting? A rustle. You react instantly. You knew something was there. Another beholder plotting against you. Just a rat, your rational mind says. You feed, and with the first bite, your life changes.
名付けて直感流ビホルダーのためのフィートベネディクトドール。
フィートベネディクト。
お上がりよ。間に合ったぜ。
ほらほら。待って、なんてことなの？さてコンポーズドミートが皿全体を覆ってる。有毒な紫のアンダーダークキノコでアクセント。
So it looks like you found a place to call home, a cavern filled with fungi and death. You grow. Inch by inch, your form expands, your eye looms larger, your presence more imposing. And with growth comes something new, power. So you begin to bring others here, svirfneblin, goblins, anything you can charm. At first, it's slow, one by one, recycling the spell each time. But then you notice something. These weaklings always have a leader. Charm one leader, then another, and suddenly you have a following. They worship you, not out of fear, but because you've manipulated them into believing you're a deity. You feel satisfaction, delight. You're no longer a survivor, but a ruler of this place. As you are building another room with your disintegration ray, a goblin reports intruders passing through your territory. Using the common language, you command it to gather the troops. You will be joining this time. Usually, you send your minions to deal with the threat, but your stock of magical items is low, and you need them to charge your lobes, the organ that holds your magic power. Not to mention that you can make your favourite meal again. You see them. They're close. You command your minions to strike, but you don't want them running. You know they have no chance without you, but you let the enemy taste victory first. Then you join. A war horn sounds the moment you enter the fray. Your first ray petrifies the closest warrior. You fire a disintegration ray at a fleeing drow, but it misses. Pain. An arrow buries itself deep into your central eye. Crossbowman. Drow hidden behind the rocks. A trap. Then, something leaps. Not like a drow, not like anything you've ever seen. It is beautiful. The figure surges through the air, far higher, far faster than should be possible. His body twists mid-flight, axe already in motion. The moment stretches, unnatural, like the world itself recoils from him. He strikes, his axe cleaving a goblin's head in two, like splitting some firewood. His eyes lock onto yours. You freeze. A cold shiver runs down your spine. He charges. No hesitation, no doubt. Both your minds scream the same command. Move, run, now. You fire one last disintegration ray, shattering the petrified warrior into dust, blinding the terrifying figure for a moment. That's all you need. You vanish into the shadows, floating far from the slaughter. Wounded, you retreat to your lair, your domain, fortified with traps and minions. No pursuers will dare follow. The whispers won't stop. The attack was a message. They know where you are. Someone betrayed you. You begin testing your minions, watching for hesitation, for signs of treachery. But it's not enough. Every glance feels like a hidden threat, every whispered word a conspiracy. You have to act first. You execute the goblin leader, then all his officers, wiping the chain of command clean. And nobody takes his place, someone too weak to plot against you. The svirfneblin leader watches in silence. He does not cower. He does not mourn. He only sees an opportunity. Footsteps echo through the tunnels. Too many, too fast. The rebellion is here. Normally, they wouldn't have a chance, but your magic is nearly gone. You take the largest sword you have and clamp it between your teeth. This is your lair. You built it for defense, for your safety. Narrow tunnels, dead ends, sharp drops between chambers. You are here in the throne room, tracing your escape route in your mind. A secret door waits ahead, your way out. The first chamber should be safe. In the second, they have a 1 in 3 chance of lying in wait, or they'll be forced to split their forces. You planned for this. You will cut through one side before they regroup. You freeze. They're here, all of them, lined up, waiting. You knew they would be on the second floor, but how? How did they know which one? Lightning rips through your body. Muscles lock. Blades flash in the dim light. You snarl, forcing your body to move. The first goblin lunges. You swing. The sword shears through its neck and into the next, cutting them both down in one brutal arc. A svirfneblin rushes in. You twist, driving the blade through its face. A sword pierces your side. You turn, jaws snapping, biting down on the goblin before hurling it into the wall with a sickening crunch. But then they are on you. Too many, stabbing over and over. You feel your flesh tearing, your organs leaking. You try to move, but you feel heavy. Your breath shudders, your mind drifts. White surrounds you. Am I dead? Great Mother? A beholder looms in the endless white void. Vast, perfect. The Great Mother, the one who spawned you eons ago. The perfect mind, perfect body, truth-given form. You failed me, she intones, her voice reverberating through your very thoughts. Her gaze burns into you. No, you stammer, but the words feel empty. Sorrow tightens around your thoughts. Yes, you failed. You know this. You disappointed the only thing that ever mattered. You can't go on anymore. Your life has no meaning, no purpose. You accept your fate, your death. Why are you giving up? Your rational mind whispers, sharp and cold. You're not done yet. It's not over unless you choose to be, the intuitive voice presses, like it's trying to breathe life back into you. You're still breathing. You can still make it. What for? Why keep going, Itzy, you ask? How many times have I tried? How many times have I failed? I failed, and now I'll just keep failing, won't I? It's always the same. I'm stuck, alone, lost. This is the end. My future, my potential is gone. It's not coming back. Is that really what you want to believe? You really think it's over? That voice, it pushes you. You feel it, your own shame creeping in. The voice of your future self, the one you could have been, the one you're supposed to be. Did you think it was going to be easy? Did you think failure would be the end? It's not the end unless you let it be. The words cut deep, but they carry weight. Maybe it's not over. Maybe failure is just another part of it. Not the end, just another step. I'm not done yet, you whisper. Something shifts inside you. That voice digs deep, pulling you up. You are not done. This is just the beginning. Heat floods your body. Energy surges through torn flesh. Your eyes snap open. You're running out of time, but there's one last chance. Your magic is weak. You have one more shot. You know exactly what you have to do, but you will pay the price. You concentrate, focusing the energy into your smaller eyes. They're close now to each face surrounding you. You aim for a chaotic burst, not precision, but raw force. The disintegration ray pulses, crashing into their faces, their eyes, as the backlash hits you. The burn is instant, overwhelming. Your own eyes burn in agony, blinding them. But it works. They stagger, disoriented, their vision lost. The pain is unbearable, but you roar through the darkness, slamming your body against the wall. You drop into the hole, floating down, gasping for breath. Your body, a writhing mess of pain and blood. But you're safe. For now, you've made it. You're no longer a small beholder. No, you've grown. 70 years have passed, and now you're a massive 8-foot diameter ball of paranoia and rage. Power flows through you, a result of years of survival, cunning, and unrelenting desire for dominance. You leave your lair behind and begin your search for a new one. The world seems so small now, beneath you. No more hiding in caverns, no more pretending to be weak. You're a god, and any lair will bow to you. Then, you find it, the perfect lair. A cavern vast and magnificent, shaped by a mind as refined as your own. Floating platforms drift in elegant harmony, the walls adorned with the unmistakable touch of intellect and power. Eyes, carved into the stone, gaze back at you. This place, it was made for you. At last, a home worthy of your greatness. But then, you feel it, a presence, another beholder, larger than you, commanding. Her many eyes glint with unfathomable knowledge. The Hive Mother. Rage surges through you. This thing is a mockery of the Great Mother, a blasphemy. No beholder should look like that. It must be destroyed. You prepare to strike. Yet she does not fight. No malice. Her eyes meet yours, and something shifts. A whisper slips into your mind, soft, gentle, undeniable. You feel it unraveling your thoughts, not like an attack, but like a purpose being fulfilled. You belong to the Hive now. For the first time in your life, you are at peace. No more fear, no more loneliness, no more doubt. The Hive is safety. You drift through the vast lair, basking in the quiet harmony, feeling whole. This is where you were meant to be. But the moment shatters before your eyes. From afar, you spot them. Drow, a full patrol. How? Why now? You can't fool yourself. You led them here, they followed you. They've hunted you for decades. As you move to join the others in defense of the Hive, you see him, a lone figure, gliding forward atop a floating disc. Same expression, same clothes. You recognize him, the one from decades ago. He's here, for you. Fine. He hovers above you as he closes in. No words are exchanged. The moment his boots touch solid ground, the fight begins. He lands. No hesitation. The axe swings for your right flank, a brutal arc aimed to split you open. You float instantly. His axe carves empty air. Before he recovers, your disintegration ray fires, but he raises his gauntlet. The beam vanishes inside it, absorbed. Then, too fast, he hurls the energy back at you. You dart sideways, the redirected blast melting the structure behind you. A smoke bomb bursts. Your vision vanishes in thick, unnatural fog. You fire blindly, but the beams pass through empty space. You shift higher, scanning, but he's already flying. He's above you, axe descending. You lurch back, but not fast enough. The axe chops off one of your eye stalks. A metallic clang follows as the weapon slams into the structure behind you, embedding deep. He wrenches at it, but in that brief moment, you're already drifting back, widening the gap. Distance. You need distance. Your remaining eye stalks angle forward, crackling with arcane power as he twists his body in a sharp, awkward motion to yank the axe free. You fire. A rapid spread, petrification, fear, slowing. But he's gone. In the blink of an eye, he vanishes, using Shadow Step to reappear behind you, drawing on the shadow of his floating disc. Magic? The axe swings, clean, precise. It bites into your back, carving deep. He jumps on your back, using the momentum to land on his drift disc. The impact sends you lurching, Ikor trailing from the wound as he moves again, already repositioning. You suspect it. His movement wasn't as sharp. The slowing ray must have grazed him. You feint a disintegration ray, aiming dead at him. He reacts instantly, raising his gauntlets to absorb the blast. Your central eye snaps open, casting an anti-magic cone that washes over him. His disc vanishes, his gauntlets nullified. He drops, his footing falters. You fire a petrification. He twists, almost avoids it, almost. A glancing hit, just the leg. He lands hard, one leg stoned, his movement disrupted. You know this battle is over, but you won't take chances. You charge a disintegration ray, ready to end it before this mad lad hacks off his own leg to keep fighting. You watch him, this impossible creature. A half-dwarf, half-drow, something that shouldn't exist. An aberration, like you. He accepts his fate, looking directly into your eyes, not with anger, but with the same understanding, the same recognition of what you both are, survivors, warriors, equals. Farewell, my dearest rival. It was an honor to fight you. Just as the beam is about to fire, a sudden impact slams into your back, driving you to the ground. A deep, guttural growl reverberates through the air. A giant panther? You're late, the dwarf grumbles, his voice low and harsh. The figure stops, looking at you with cold eyes. The faintest trace of a grin touches his lips, before his voice rings out, smooth and deliberate. Sorry, my friend, he says, the words trailing into the air. I had a few matters to attend to. His gaze flicks to you, a silent calculation. Your mind spins, your senses screaming that this is going to be another brutal fight. You steal the lives of others for power, he says, his voice steady, his gaze unshaken. He lifts his blade, just slightly. I'm Driz Douden, and tonight, one life is stolen back. The battle is inevitable. You can't leave, not with the panther so close, ready to pin you down. He moves first. You don't have time to react before both blades slice toward you, twin arcs cutting the air. You lurch back, barely evading the strikes, but before you can retaliate, a blur of black fur lunges from the side. Claws rake your carapace. You twist, your disintegration ray fires, but the panther is already gone, rolling with the impact. You swallow the pain and seize the opportunity. They're separated. The drow is still recovering. You dash, disintegration ray charging in pulse mode. You unleash the blinding eruption of energy as you slam into his body. The blast glows, searing against the cave as the beam engulfs his face. His head slams hard against the pool's edge. His scimitar's lodged near your central eye. Blood drips from fresh wounds, the panther's last strike still burning across your flesh. You barely turn before the panther is already airborne, ready to pounce. You twist sharply, nearly spinning in place, jaws snapping upward as the panther descends. Using her momentum, you slam her into the structure behind you. Mid-movement, you feel something gripping one of your eyes. Both of you crash into the wall, splintering stone as you plough through. You find a brief moment to breathe inside the building. The pause is enough to feel every ache, every wound. Your magic is empty, exhaustion pressing down like a weight. If you keep fighting, this will be your end. You have to take this chance. The panther lies still. You might be able to float away, but the other one is still out there. You push forward with everything you have left, but you feel it, both feet above your head. His weight is nothing, but exhaustion grips you, and you lose balance. You crash to the ground, half your body sinking into the sand. He jumps from your head, landing in front of you. You try to rise, but the pain and exhaustion are overwhelming. Your body refuses to obey, and the sand clings to you, dragging you down. There's no escape now. The dark figure stands over you, his body weary from the fight. He looks down at you, his voice calm but firm. It fought well, but we both know what it is. Ending it is mercy. He steps forward, both scimitars still pierced in your body. He pulls them free, each motion sending sharp, agonizing pain through you. The figure raises both scimitars, poised to finish the fight. His eyes never leave you. This thing should have never been born. A sound erupts from the shadows, deep and thunderous, as if the very cave itself trembles in response. The dwarf's voice cracks the silence like a hammer striking an anvil, raw with fury and a strange, unwavering resolve. His voice rumbles through the cavern, an echo that rattles the stone walls. The words don't just speak, they command. Each syllable is carved with years of suffering, anger, and a strange respect. In that single moment, the dwarf's presence swells to fill the entire space, as if the weight of his spirit is pressing against the air itself. He has fought this battle for decades, and he won't let another life, any life, end with words like that. The scimitars in Drist's hands remain frozen in the air, the weight of the dwarf's command hanging between them like a wall of force, unyielding and final. That's enough. His hand gently pulls down the elf's arm. He pulls a glass vial from his belt, tipping it into your mouth, dulling the pain. Can you float? You blink. Go. Instinct pulls you towards safety, but something holds you. You stop, looking back. For the first time, you see them clearly. Not enemies, not obstacles, just warriors, standing where they believe they should. A thought stirs, unspoken. A truth you never dared to face. Maybe I was never alone. And in the silence, you feel it, that distant presence watching proudly.